Okay, let's do it. Team Ryan Garcia says a fight with his son, Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao, is very close and it's agreed. And there's just little details that they have to patch up to make that a reality. Wants it at a catch weight, maybe at 143. We're going to talk about that. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, y'all know what to do. Now, let's talk about it. Let's jump right into it. Link in the description. You guys will see it on the screen. Manny Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia may be an exhibition, but it's going to be a real fight, says Henry Garcia. Wow. Garcia, the starlet of the U.S. boxing, claimed a fight with Pacquiao, who is 20 years older than him, was going to happen in a social media post. This is the post that you see on the screen. Now they've interviewed Ryan Garcia's dad, who I believe got him into boxing, and I've highlighted it for you guys to follow along with me. If you like what I'm doing, smash the like button and, you know, enjoy the content. I drop daily content, do live streams. Normally I cover the fights too, but we're in a pandemic. So let's jump into it. Ryan Garcia's pops, one of his, I guess you could say, his co-trainer, since he's with Eddie Reynoso. Garcia's father has now said, quote, "Everybody has agreed. All there is left are the details. Both parties have already agreed. Promoters have agreed. Sanctioning bodies have agreed. So we're very close to sealing the deal. We're going to know this week if everything goes through. We're negotiating today. They are already in discussion. I believe Ryan is ready for Manny Pacquiao because when Ryan puts his mind to something, he's not going to back down. He's got all the confidence in the world. When you have that confidence and motivation and drive, you can focus on what's in front of you and you're most likely going to become victorious. Ryan likes to take control, and we understand that when Keith Thurman put pressure on Manny Pacquiao, he had a hard time fighting backwards. When you reach a certain age, you're no longer as strong as a 20-year-old. We stand a very good chance." Wow. I mean, I don't agree with Ryan's pops with that, because Keith Thurman is a full-fledged 147-pounder, right, with a lot of experience at a high level, fighting the likes of Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, you know, Jesus Soto Caras, Jose Cito Lopez, and so on and so forth. Ryan Garcia is 22, 23, like Jordan. He's 23 or whatever. And, you know, he doesn't have quite the same big fight experience. Says he's 20 years younger than Pacquiao, and we feel that's to our advantage. And that's one of the reasons why we feel it's a changing of the guard fight and it's our time. Wow. Says boxing legend Pacquiao, 42, is an 8-division world champion who currently holds the WBA title. Unbeaten Garcia enjoyed a breakthrough performance by climbing off the floor to stop Luke Campbell this month. Quote, "We understand how important experience is. Manny Pacquiao is well-rounded. We understand all that, but there's one thing that we understand as well, and that's called changing of the guard, and we feel it's our time. It's time for Ryan to step up, and as long as the weight isn't too ridiculous, we have a chance to do it." Garcia is currently 2 weight classes below Pacquiao, and his father suggested that they meet at a catch weight. Quote, "I'd like to fight at 143 pounds, and I love that fight to happen in April or May. This one is possibly going to be in Texas. We're not sure yet." Wow. Wow. He added Pacquiao's world title would not be at stake. I don't think so. That's the direction we're headed down, because no one wants to lose status, but they both want to fight each other, and that's the key. See, like, this is already missing me. They don't want to lose status, but they want to fight each other. So that, I'll give you some more of my thoughts. I'll read it again. I don't think so about Pacquiao's belt being up for grabs. That's the direction we're headed down, because no one wants to lose status, but they do both want to fight each other, and that's key. It's not bizarre. It's just 2 people who want to fight each other. Ryan's fighting a legend and Pacquiao's fighting a rising star, so it's not awkward at all. What I do know is both fighters want to fight each other, and it's going to be for real. It's going to be a real fight. Ryan always admired Pacquiao and always wanted to fight a legend before his time was up. He wanted to fight someone of Pacquiao's caliber, so there's a chance it could happen. Garcia's father added it was Pacquiao who suggested the exhibition rules. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Listen, you can't say it's a real fight, but then say it's an exhibition. Because if it was a real fight, then why are you saying it's an exhibition? So if it's an exhibition, it's an exhibition, and there's going to be modified rules. So yeah, I'm not really loving this. I don't like what this represents for boxing. It makes no sense to have two boxers who are wanting to fight each other like this article is suggesting, but they would do it in almost like a fake way, like an exhibition fight, you know, which is usually reserved for people who are retired, coming out of retirement, older, like where both fighters are older. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Jorge Arce, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. It makes no sense for both fighters to be actively fighting and then fight each other in an exhibition, and then you bill it as a real fight. If it's a real fight, then strip away the exhibition, do 10 or 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, no headgear, etc. So I'm not going to jump to too many conclusions because this is not even signed, sealed, delivered. Ryan prematurely posted this, but it looks like they're still working on it. So I'll see what the rules are and if it even happens, because boxing, they always do this, like clout chase and mention a fight, and then the money fell through or something fell through last minute. So I'll reserve some more of my thoughts until I get to see what the details are of this and if it does in fact truly happen. But based on this article, I'm definitely not a fan of how they're going about it. It's almost a mockery of the sport of boxing if you have two active fighters. Again, this is not Clarissa Shields, a boxer, fighting Venus or Serena Williams from the world of tennis, so you got to modify the rules because Serena Williams or Venus Williams is not a real fighter. These are two real fighters, and you're saying it's going to be a real fight. Why not fight? And you might, I'm okay if you do it at a catchweight. He said a catchweight of 143. You know, if Pacquiao feels he can make that weight comfortably, he's not the biggest guy, that's fine. Ryan's coming up from 135. But I feel like if they're going to fight, they need to fight. But it's saying Manny Pacquiao may be an exhibition, but it's going to be a real fight. You know, I just, that rubs me the wrong way. Pause. I'm not a fan of that. Boom, boom. Because it just doesn't, what does that stipulate for boxing? And then on top of that, Ryan was talking greasy about Gervonta Davis, and you got time for this, but Tank Davis don't want to have an exhibition with you. He doesn't want to play nicely or modify the rules. You said you were going to knock him out, so I know Gervonta personally, and I can assure you his attitude is he wants to knock you out and prove that he's the top dog. So why go through this fight if it's not going to be a real fight? That's my biggest concern with the whole situation. If it's not going to be a real fight, that's going to be very, very disappointing because Pacquiao could fight Errol Spence. So it's going to look like Pacquiao don't want to fight Errol Spence. He mentioned Terrence Crawford, but you rather fight a 20-year-old who it's like boxing is so desperate to try to create an event that they're just making up stuff. Like they're like, oh, they've seen the success. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones exhibition did over 1 million. So it's like they're trying to recreate fights like Mayweather, McGregor, and these kind of weirdo Marvel versus Capcom type of fights. They're trying to make that. And that's usually not the best thing to do in boxing, and it's usually not how it works. If you have to one, do an exhibition, two, you have to do a catchweight, three, there's a 20-year age gap, and you got to do all this, then Ryan Garcia is better off just fighting Gervonta Davis, and Manny Pacquiao is better off fighting a 30-year-old Errol Spence, and then they could really fight. Ryan Garcia's pops just said it's not going to be for Manny's titles. So why are you fighting at 143 and he's a champion at 147, but you're saying, oh, it's the passing of the torch? How is it the passing of the torch if you don't get the torch? Even if you beat Pacquiao, which, whatever, you know, but even if you beat him, how did he pass the torch if he fought at a catchweight? And there's, like, again, it's an exhibition. I guess they can make up whatever rules they want, but you see Mike Tyson, they had unofficial scoring, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. So how are you passing the torch? How is it like deemed a winner, you know, if it's not a real fight, if it's no judges and all this other stuff? And Ryan, even if he were to beat Pacquiao, even though he was just dropped by a much lesser southpaw earlier this month, you know, even if he somehow beats Pacquiao, he can't get the belt. You know, that's lame. And I think Manny Pacquiao was really looking forward to fighting Conor McGregor, and he got upset by Dustin Poirier, a guy he had already beaten. So as a result, if Pacquiao fights Ryan Garcia, to me, that stipulates he don't want that Errol Spence smoke. He don't want that Errol Spence smoke or Terrence Crawford smoke, and he'd rather pick on Ryan Garcia and, you know, have a shakeout or sparring session or whatever exhibition thing that they're trying to do, rather than fight the real true threats. And I think Pacquiao should be stripped if he fights Ryan Garcia and his belt is not up for grabs. How can you hold a belt in this status up when Errol Spence is trying to fight real competition? Terrence Crawford is trying, you know, he has some promotional issues there, but he's at least trying to fight real competition. And you didn't fight last year. Pacquiao didn't fight last year because of the pandemic, I'm assuming. And then your first fight back is a fake fight with Ryan Garcia for no belt. Yeah, Pacquiao need to be stripped. That's my opinion. Drop yours in the comment section. We'll see if this even happens, but I'm not liking the sound of it. That's just my honest opinion. Hopefully you guys liked the video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. 10X Videos, Ego signing off. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, "Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Come and watch my fight." Floyd Mayweather, "Easy work. I'm rich." And Manny Pacquiao, "Yes, it's up to my promoter." Just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All three apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.